Hello dear students, in the last video we had started chapter 2, that is whole numbers. In this video we will be continuing the exercise questions. So let us start with exercise 2.3. First question is subtract and check the result by corresponding addition. We have to subtract the two numbers given and also check the result. What is corresponding addition? After subtraction of the number, I'll let you know what does it means. So first we'll directly subtract the number. 9 minus 8 is 1. 9 minus 7 is 2. 9 minus 6 is 3 and 3 minus 2 is 1. So this is the answer we obtained after subtracting the number. Corresponding addition means we will add the answer with the second number and we will get the first number after adding. Understood? We'll add these two numbers and we will get this number. This method of checking the addition is called corresponding. This method of checking the subtraction is called the corresponding addition. Let us add and check. 8 plus 1 is 9. Yes. 7 and 2 is 9. Yes. 6 and 3 is again 9. Yes. 2 and 1 is again 3. Okay. Similarly, you can solve these two questions. They are easy. You just need to subtract the two numbers and then check the answer by corresponding addition. Add these two numbers. Your answer should be this. Add these two numbers. Your answer will be this. Okay. Coming on to the next question number 2. What must be added to 8, 4, 7, 6, 2, 5, 1? The number is given to get the sum as the greatest number of 7 digits. The question is asking what number we should add to this given number to get the greatest number of 7 digits. First of all, what is the greatest number of 7 digits? The greatest number is 7 times 9. Since 7 digits we have asked, we'll write 7 times 9. If it would have asked us 6 digits, we would have written 6 times 9. So greatest 7 digit number is 9 7 times. And the question is asking what must be added. Since we do not know what number should be added, we will assume let the number x be added. Let x be the number to be added. Now, according to the question, adding x with the number given should give 7 times 9, that is the greatest 7 digit number. We need to find the value of x. How can we do? To find the value of x, we will subtract this with this. Yes, 7 times 9 subtracted from the number. Let us subtract and see. 7 times 9 is written here. It is 8, 4, 7, 6, 2, 5, 1. 9 minus 1 is 8. 9 minus 5 is 4. 9 minus 2 is 7. 9 minus 6 is 3. 9 minus 7 is 2. 9 minus 5 4. 9 minus 1 8. The answer is 1 5 2 3 7 4 8. So what we got? What number did we get? The number to be added in the given number, in this number, to make this number the greatest number, that is 7 times 9, is the number 1 5 2 3 7 4 8. You will note down the question properly. After this, we shall move on to the next question. The next question is, what is the difference between the largest number of 4 digits and the smallest number of 6 digits? We should know when we have to find the smallest number, what we have to do. When we have to find the largest number, what we have to do. Whenever largest number we have to find, it is 9. Okay, if it is 6 digit number, we'll write 6 times 9. If it is 4 digit number, we'll write 4 times 9. When it is asked the smallest number, it is like this. If smallest 6-digit number, we'll write a 1 and 5 zeros. This will be the smallest 6-digit number. So we have written smallest 6-digit number here, we have written largest 4-digit number, and then we just need to subtract. Since this 0, we cannot subtract 9 from 0, so we'll take this, borrow. Here 1 1 1 will get borrowed. 10 minus 9 is 1. 9 minus 9 0. 9 minus 9 0. 9 minus 9 again 0. 9 minus 0 is 9. And this 1 minus 1 is now cancelled and is 0 here. So this is 0. After subtracting, what we are getting the answer is 9,000,1. The difference between smallest 6-digit number and largest 4-digit number is this. Moving on to the next question. Fifth question is, the digits 4 and 7 of the number are interchanged. Find the difference between the new number so formed. What we have to do? A number is given to us. The digits are interchanged, means here in place of 7, 4, and 4 in place of 4, 7. We need to find the difference between the old number and the new number obtained after interchanging. So let us come to the solution. Given number is 543728. Now new number, reversing the digits, interchanging the digits, 4 will come in place of 7 and 7 will come in place of 4. So new number is 573428. Now just we need to find the difference. Easily we can subtract and find the difference. So the answer will be difference equals to 29,700. Sixth question. Population of a town is 60,000. Number of men is 32,457 and number of women given is 13,296. We need to determine the number of children. So total population, what it is given? Total population is given 60,000. We will note down the number of men given, number of women given. Now total population will include number of women plus number of men and plus number of children. Yes, if we are talking about the total population, what will it be? Number of will include all the number of men and women and children, that will together form population, total population. So in this, we know the total population, we know the number of men, we know the number of women. So can we find the number of children? Yes. So total population given is 60,000. Number of men will write, number of women will write, children, number of children we don't know. So we have taken, let the number of children be x. So the equation we got is this. Okay, to solve this equation, what we can do, we'll first add these two numbers. So 60,000 equals to this number and this number will be added. 7 and 6 is 13, 3, 1 carried, 9, 1 10 and 5 15, 5 again 1 carried, 4 and 2 6 plus 1 7, 7 here, 2 and 3 is 5, 3 and 1 is 4. So adding we got this. Now we need to find the value of x. So x will be 60,000 minus 45,753, and this x is what? It is the number of children in the including in the population, right? So to find the value of x, we will simply subtract these two numbers and we can get the number of children. Why we have done this step? Because total population will be equal to number of men, women and children. So in this population we knew number of men and number of women we knew, only thing we did not know was number of children, so we can find it out. Coming to the next question, 7th question. What must be the least number formed by the digits? What must be added to the least number formed by the digits? 4 5 digits are given and you need to tell what should be added. First you will form the least number through these digits, and then what must be added so that to get the number, greatest number formed by these digits. Set of 2 digits are given, right? Set of 2 digits are given. Least number formed from this number we need to find. What will be the least number? See, since 5 digits are given, we need to find a least 5 digit number. If we are keeping, so what we'll do, we'll arrange the numbers, the lowest number first, the smallest number first. We'll arrange the number in increasing order, we can say, right? But 0 is the smallest number here, but if we are writing 0 first, the numbers will be only 4 digit, right? 4 digit number, but since 5 digits are given, we will form a 5 digit number. So first we are going to take 1 and then arrange the least numbers in increasing order, 0 3 5 7. So the least number formed using these digits is 10357. Now we need to find the greatest number. What we'll do, we'll arrange the given set of numbers in descending order from largest to smallest. So 8 6 4 2 0, this is the largest number formed. Now the question is saying what must be added to this number to get this number. What can we do? Let x be added. We'll write let x be added. It means in this number we are adding a x to get this number. So x will be subtraction of both the numbers and we can get the answer. Why we are every time doing this let x be added step? See, take an example. Suppose you are having 4 chocolates and I said you are having 4 chocolates. What more chocolates should be given to you? Given to you means you will be adding so that you get total number of chocolates as 10. My question is, you are having 4 chocolates. How many chocolates more do you need to get the total of 10? What will you do? You will subtract this 10 minus 4. 10 minus 4 will be 6, right? And this will be the answer. 6 and 4 is 10. Understood? This concept we are using it here, that since we do not know what number is added, we are taking x, let x be added, and then we are subtracting this. You can say total chocolates was 10 and you had 4 chocolates. You can remember this example and you can solve the questions. You will subtract this number with this number to get the number required. Yes. Now coming to the last question of this exercise. Question number 8. Sahil deposited 3,75,000 in his bank account and later he had withdrawn 49,265. So how much money was left in his account you need to find. Let us understand this question with an example. Suppose you are having 20 chocolates, okay, and you have given 5 chocolates to your brother. You are having 20 total chocolates, you have given 5 chocolates to your brother. How many chocolates, if I ask, how many chocolates is left with you? What will you do? You will subtract 20 minus 5 since these 5 chocolates has been given. So the answer will be 15. Yes, means since the chocolate is being given, you will subtract the numbers. Similarly, this amount was there and this he had withdrawn, taken out, right? So what will you do? You will subtract both the numbers. Yes, amount deposited is 3,75,000, amount withdrawn is 49,265. To find money left, we'll subtract both the numbers. Understood? This finishes the exercise 2.3. Next question, next exercise is, first question is, find the product of the following by suitable rearrangement. Suitable rearrangement. Okay. The number, first question is 4 into 694 into 125 into 2. Now, what does suitable rearrangement means? We will arrange the numbers given. We will accordingly multiply the numbers where we can get, where multiplication is simpler, right? Since, see, if we'll multiply 4 into this number, then this two numbers, then the product, the multiplication will be lengthy. We can use, see, this we can see 125. Can we see a number here which will be multiplied by 125 and we can get the answer as multiples of 10, hundreds, thousands, something like this, right? So yes, we can see here that if we'll multiply 125 into 2, we can get a multiple of 10. If we are multiplying 125 into 4, we will get a multiple of 100. See, I'll show you this. 125 into 2, 5 2s are 10, 2 2s are 4 and 1, 250, multiple of 10 we are getting, and 125 into 4, 5 4s are 20, 4 2s are 8 and 10, 4 1s are 4 and 1 5, 500, right? This we are getting multiple of 100 and 10. So we can either multiply these two numbers first or we can multiply these two numbers first. Since we are getting a multiple of 100 also, it will be more simpler to multiply. So first we'll pair these two numbers. Suitable rearrangement means out of the given numbers, you will pair the numbers, you will select the numbers to be multiplied first so that you can get a product as the multiples of tens, hundreds or thousands respectively, whichever is possible in the given question, right? So we multiplied two numbers here and we saw that we can get a multiple of 100. So we'll make these two numbers as a pair and write the rest numbers here. The step is 694 into 2 into brackets 125 into 4. Why we are putting 125 into 4 is as bracket? Because to say that we are first multiplying these two numbers or we are first pairing these two numbers. Okay, so 125 into 4 we saw now it was 500. Now again if we take this 2 inside the bracket, we'll get 1000. Now 694 into 1000 is directly 694,000. Our multiplication became much easier and simpler. This is the benefit of multiplying using suitable rearrangement method. Okay, you need to see which numbers are to be arranged or are to be multiplied first and sequentially to get the product or to get the solution much simpler, easier. Okay, if we would have solved this question with normal method, how we would have done? We will multiply these two numbers, we will get a number. We would have multiplied these two numbers, we would have got a number. Then we would multiply these two numbers. Thrice multiplication we need to do, and that too long digits multiplication. And after rearrangement we have seen here no big multiplication, we have to just simpler steps and we are ready with our answer. Okay, so now moving on to the Next question. Continuation of fourth question, second part. 5 into 3996 into 20 into 2. Now again I will solve this question with two methods, and both the methods are correct, right? See, first I have made this number and this number pair. Why? Because when I multiply 5 into 10 and 5 into 2, I am getting a 10, which is a multiple of 10. So first, what method here it is given, we'll understand this method, then I'll explain you the second method. Now 3996 into 20 into 5 into 2. First we'll multiply this 5 into 2, which will be 10, right? After multiplying this 5 into 2, 10, here we'll take inside the bracket this number 20. Now 20 into 10, it is 200. 3996 into 200, we can multiply 3996 into 2. 6 2s are 12, 9 2s are 18 and 1 19, 9 2s are 18 and 1 19, 3 2s are 6 and 1 7. Okay, so this 7992 and this 2 zeros we can write it here. Again a multiplication became much easier. Yes. Now pairing, it is not necessary that I have done these two pairings first, so you will have to do these two pairing first. In this question, both the pairings can be done. See, I can pair these two numbers also. I'll get 100 directly. Let us see how. 3996, right, into 5, into 2 we will write, into 5 into 20. 5 and 20 will keep it in brackets since we are solving that first. So our number will be 3996 into 2 and into 5 2s are 10 and a 0, right? So again now this will solve. 3996 into 2 into 100 is 200. We got the same step here. Pairing, in this we have done these two numbers, here we have done these two numbers. Means arranging the numbers, you can arrange the numbers as your convenience. The answer will be the same, but you need to arrange so that the numbers you are getting as multiples of tens or thousands, since the calculation thus becomes much easier. Hope this question is clear. Now moving on to the next question. That is second question. Rest of the questions PDF I'll be sending. You can try all the questions by your own. Moving on to the next question. Find the value of each of the following. Now numbers are given. For multiplication you need to find the value. So let us see how are we going to solve. So here comes the first question. 7909 into 98 plus 7909 into 98. Now if you are going to solve it accordingly as the question is given, first we'll multiply these two digits, then we'll multiply this, and then we are going to add, right? But this we are not going to do this step in the question. Why? Because we can see, we can make our calculation simpler. How? See, here we can say this 7909 and 7909 is common in both the terms. Yes, so I can take 7909 as common. What am I left with? 98 and 2 and a plus sign. So 98 plus 2, right? 98 plus 2 is 100. 7909 into 100 is this. So our calculation became easier. Directly, only one times, not even one times we need to multiply, right? Moving on to the next question. Again here 7198 into 197 minus 97 into 7198. See now, this property in this question, which property we had used? This is which property? This is distributive property we are using it here, right? You need to mention the properties. Moving on to the next question. Here also you need to mention which property you have used. You will mention distributive property. Again here I can see 7198, 7198. Here it is common. First I will use the associative property here and I will interchange the digits here. What is associative property? That if I am multiplying 2 into 4 and I am multiplying 4 into 2, the answer will be same. Means interchanging the number does not affect the answer. So similar property, this property we will use here and we'll interchange these two digits. After this we'll take 7198, 7198 common, since we can see it is multiplication in both the questions. Now after taking common, what are we left with? This 197, the minus sign, and 97. So here it will be 197 minus 97, which is 100. So here is the answer, multiplying 7198 with 100. So can you see, after rearranging or after using some properties, our calculation is becoming so easier. That is why it is beneficial that you should know all the properties and you can apply the properties whenever you are needing the properties, whenever you are trying to make the questions simpler. Moving on to the third question. Find each of the following products using properties. Okay, so you need to find the products. Let us see which property we can use in this question. 7909 into 991, right? So now this 991, can we break it? Can we break it in the multiples of tens, hundreds or thousands? Yes, I can write it as 1000 minus 9. Here I have written 1000 minus 9. What will happen when we are using this property, or when you are splitting it, is these two terms multiplication is simpler. Now only we have to multiply one time and we can directly subtract instead of multiplying these 4 digits into 3-digit number, right? Now this 991, what I have done, I have first written it as 1000 minus 9. Here we will split it in the multiples of hundreds and thousands. So I'll multiply. Now which property will I apply here? Distributive property. What will it be? This number is multiplied with this and this number is multiplied with this, means the numbers outside the bracket is multiplied with both the numbers, right? So here 7909 into 1000 minus 7909 into 9. Here calculation simpler, and here with a 1-digit number just we have to multiply. 9 9s are 81, 1 8 carried, 9 zeros are 0, 8, 9 9s are 81 again, 1 and 8 carried, 9 7s are 63, 63 and 8 is 71. Here is our answer. Just we need to subtract to get the answer, right? Which property we have used here? Distributive property. Since we are distributing this 7909 equally for both the terms inside the bracket. Yes, we will solve one more question of this type. 4980 into 507. Now 507, I can write it as 500 plus 7. Yes, then again applying distributive property. these two numbers will be multiplied first, then a plus sign, and these two numbers will be multiplied first. So can you see, after applying, our calculation is becoming easier. We can directly now, after multiplication, we'll add the numbers and answer will be 2524860. Now starting with the fourth question. The question is, find the product of largest 3-digit number and the sum of the two numbers given. So how are we going to do that? Coming to the solution part. First, largest 3-digit number. What is the largest 3-digit number? It is 999. Right, and we need to find the sum of the two numbers. Sum of two numbers, what is it? We will add the numbers. 6 and 4 is 10, 0, 1 carried. 5 and 1 6, 6 and 4 again 10, 0, 1 carried. 4, 3, 7 and 1 8, and this is 2, right? 2800. Now we need to find the product of 999 and 2800. This 2800 we can again use a property and we can write it as 28 into 100. What is the beneficial? How is this step beneficial? See, we'll multiply these two numbers and we can directly write, multiply it with 100. A multiplication will become simpler. Multiplying the numbers, then into 100 we'll add 2 zeros, right? So this is our answer. The product is this, 2797,200. Now question number 4. In a factory, total number of toys is 3265. How many toys will be made in 25 working days? You can understand this question through this example. Suppose I am saying you can eat 2 chocolates in one day. So how many chocolates will you eat in 8 days? You are eating 2 chocolates in one day. In 8 days, how many chocolates you will be eating? What will you do? You will multiply the number of chocolates with the number of days. That is 8 into 2, which will be 16, right? Similar is the process for this question. Total number of toys is 3265. That is one day. In one day, 3265 toys are being made. So to make 25, so how many toys can be made in 25 days? Similarly, we'll multiply which two numbers? 3265 into 25. So we can get the number of toys that can be made in 25 days. Okay. Question number 6. A dealer purchased 125 computer sets. Okay, 125 computer sets. Cost of one set is given. Determine the cost of 125 computer sets. Again, I am saying you went to a shop. You are buying a pen of, one pen is of rupees 5, right? One pen is of rupees 5. You need to buy 10 pens. What will be the cost? How can you find if one pen is of rupees 5 and you want to buy 10 pens? What is the amount you will be giving to shopkeeper? What amount? 5 into 10, which is 50, right? Since one pen's cost you can find 10 pens cost by multiplying both the numbers, right? Similarly, one computer's cost I know here. One computer's cost is rupees 21,346. How many total computers we need to buy? 125, right? So we'll multiply and we can get the total cost of the 125 computers. Okay. Seventh question. Mohit buys 40 chairs and 40 tables. Cost of chair and table is given. Total money what he has to give it to the shopkeeper, you need to find it out. Okay, he is buying chairs and tables. Total number of chairs is 40. Total number of tables is also 40. Cost of one chair is how much? Rupees 365. So cost of 40 chairs, again same example, cost of 1 pen is rupees 5. So cost of 10 pen will be 10 into 5. Similarly here it will be 375 into 40. Similarly for tables cost you will find it out. Now total money, to find total money what will you do? You will add the cost of tables and the cost of chairs, right? So 5,000 plus 15,000, in all together it will be 20,000. So the person has to give 20,000 to the shopkeeper. Okay. Next, 8th question. There are 150 pages in a book. So you need to determine the total number of pages in 1652 books. See, all the questions are having a similar pattern. One book's page number is given, or one TV sets or computer sets price is given, or one day number of toys is given. You need to find the respective days or respective amount, right? So what are you doing? You need to multiply. 8th question. Number of pages in one book is given. You need to find the number of pages in 1652 books. You can multiply. Number of pages will be this. The next question. Subtract the product of 3, 6, 3, 5, 3, 8 and 35 from the greatest number formed using. A set of number is given. You need to subtract the product of the two given number with the greatest number formed by the given number. Okay? You need to multiply. You will find the product of these two numbers first. I am not explaining the multiplication process in each steps, right? You can multiply these numbers. Greatest step. Now greatest step formed with this set. To find the greatest number, what we can do, we'll arrange the given set, given numbers in descending order, that is largest first. So the number will be 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. And the next step is just you need to find the difference. Difference means you need to subtract. What numbers will you subtract? This and the answer that you had obtained from the product, and this is your final answer. Okay, go through the video properly and complete your works. The questions which are not included in the video will be sent to you through the PDFs. So here we end our today's class.